Greg, Everton left it late on Saturday, but they managed to escape from Wigan with a point in the end.
Yeah, in the end, you know, that point almost felt like, given that it came so late in the game, like a good result. But of course it wasn't, especially not the 7-day period that we hoped could be capped off with a more comfortable result, really. 3 points felt like they were there for the taking, and as always the case with Everton, things never go quite to plan.
Stephen Pienaar made his return to the Blue squad after his transfer. How did he perform on his first game back in Royal Blue, or Yellow?
Amber, yeah. Well, it was just like he'd never been away. Pienaar just fitted straight back in. There was always a suggestion from David Moyes before the game that he might not play him, but that was kidology, typical Moyes, kind of trying to give a little bit of a red herring to Roberto Martinez. There was no chance he wasn't going to play Stephen Pienaar, who'd been training regularly and injury-free with Spurs for a while. And the lure of reuniting him and Bainesy down the left was too great, and subsequently Stephen, as I say, ran the show. I think him and Baines created 6 out of Everton's 7 chances. The intelligence of his movement and burst inside to create space for Baines to go ploughing down the left was plain to see, and it was clear just how much Everton had missed him.
The other new boy, Nikita Jelavic, came off the bench. How did he show?
I mean, he did come off the bench, and he was given some time. I wouldn't like to make any kind of judgments on Jelavic based on Saturday. What he actually showed was a mixed bag, little bits of rustiness and little bits of promising movement and intent around the edge of the box. He was dropping deep sometimes, which is something we've heard he likes to do, run the channels, and I'm sure there is a centre forward there that's going to bring a lot to Everton. But you've got to remember that he's been full of flu all last week, trained sporadically, and last time I spoke to him had barely slept in 48 hours during and after his move. So it would have been a lot to expect him to make a massive impact on Saturday. I think we'll see a lot more of him in the coming weeks, and we'll be able to judge him a lot more in the coming weeks than we would have been at the DW on Saturday.
Victor Anichebe popped up on Saturday with his 3rd important goal away from home since the start of the month. Is this the beginning of a fresh start for him at Everton after quite a while trying to make a real breakthrough?
I hope so. I get the impression that Victor's changed a lot over the last 6 or 7 months. He seems to have grown up. Chat to him before and after games a fair bit, and I've noticed a change in him. He seems a lot more responsible, a lot more focused, and whereas in the past perhaps there was a tendency for him to blame bad luck and things for his injuries, which undoubtedly has played a part. I think now he's taking a lot more responsibility for keeping himself fit. I know in the summer he signed himself up for a voluntary training regime over in America at the Nike camp in America. That was before pre-season, in order to try and make sure his body was bulletproof and injury-free. And to get another injury early on in the season, it was rotten luck. But Victor hasn't moaned or griped. He's just got on with getting fit, and when he's had the chance, he's come on and delivered the currency that strikers need to. And it's not going to be long if he carries on doing that before he suggests he should be starting games. And I think David Moyes' faith in him and the way David Moyes has handled him has been rewarded, because let's not forget, there have been times when it's looked like Victor has talked himself and acted himself out of a career at Goodison. Quite the opposite now. It looks like he's a really important member of the squad. He's still only 23 years of age, and I tell you, if you're looking for component pieces of a Premier League striker, the strength, the power, the ability to finish, which he's beginning to show more and more, perhaps he didn't in the past. He's got a lot. He ticks a lot of boxes, and I think it's a big plus, his re-emergence.
Chelsea at Goodison at the weekend. They showed a lot of their positives and negative points in their draw against Manchester United, but the Blues will be feeling it's a game that they can get something out of, particularly with a good recent record against the Londoners at Goodison. Yeah,
definitely. Obviously, always difficult when a side like Chelsea come to Goodison. However, given Everton's last run out there against one of the top sides, I think that gives them a lot of confidence. They do seem to always raise their game against the Premier League's top sides. Albeit this season, it was only really City last week that showed they could still properly punch above their weight and give the top four a bloody nose. I think now they've done that, it will give them sort of self-belief that they're capable of doing it again. And like you say, Chelsea did, display their sort of soft underbelly amongst other things against United. So that's something Everton can capitalise on. I'm sure this week will give Landon Donovan a chance to rest and recharge his legs. I think he looked a little bit tired at the DW, and understandably so, because Landon's come straight from the MLS in America with very little pre-season rest and been pitched straight into the middle of the Premier League. He's not stopped. His work rate's been immense, and it's natural that he'll be a little bit tired. I think you can see that really against Wigan. So Everton will need him back at his hard-running best, and it'll be another week's full training for Nikita Jelavic, and likewise Stephen Pienaar. And it could be another special day at Goodison Park. We just have to hope that a few of the lads who are out injured get closer to full fitness, and certainly wouldn't rule out 3 points